My name is Tom Welk, and I am a former state bar president. And one of the things that I have observed that all of us are very conscious of our brothers and sisters in the law and watching them and their behaviors, but we are not really acute enough nor trained enough to recognize the symptoms that they are suffering from mental illness or some depression or anxiety or addiction. We know we might feel that there is something going on, but we're just not adequately trained to do so. Please take a moment to learn how mental health, substance abuse, and addiction impact our lives, both personally and professionally. Together, we hope to make our profession thrive, improve in the lives of those around us, and live above the bar.
Hello, I'm Pamela Ryder. I'm president of the State Bar of South Dakota, and joining me today is Dr. Singh from Sanford Psychiatry. Welcome to the State Bar's Lawyers Assistance Committee's Living Above the Bar series, where we will discuss a variety of health-related topics that impact us both professionally and personally. Dr. Singh, you mentioned that sometimes professionals have a little bit of obsessive-compulsive traits.
Sure.
Can you share with us that and how that might impact us as professionals?
So the conversation that we were having was kind of the personality traits that we tend to see with professionals. So when we look at professionals, we tend to see what we would call obsessive compulsive personality traits. So we are individuals who tend to be kind of self-motivated, but we also tend to be a little focused on what we want. So we tend to kind of go towards our goals in life. And that makes us a little bit perfectionistic. Now, the spectrum of perfectionism tends to vary among professionals, but the more perfectionistic tendencies you have, the more likelihood of you having an anxiety issue later on in life. It can lead to something like that, because individuals with perfectionistic tendencies tend to be a little bit more inflexible. Pretty soon they tend to end up with more work responsibilities because they feel like nobody else can meet their standard. So everything has to meet their standard, and as a result they take on more and more, and pretty soon they are overwhelmed, and then they get depressed and anxious, and that is the general presentation with professionals that will end up happening, where they'll come in with symptoms of depression and anxiety, but the underlying issue is their personality traits that are leading to the symptom complex. So in professionals like that, I would very strongly recommend that they work with a therapist in able to identify their personality traits so that they can work on trying to mitigate some of their perfectionistic tendencies. Now, you can't completely get rid of perfectionistic tendencies, but I would recommend they at least identify that they are being a little too perfectionistic and try to tone that down, because in the long run, that might help them.
Thank you. And thank you for those of you who have taken the time to view this segment of our Living Above the Bar series. Take care.